Okay, so I got my reMarkable last week and so far I'm loving it, and I just wanted to share a few thoughts on drawing on it. So I'm not an artist. I used to do some drawing, some doodling just for fun, but lately I prefer to draw charts and diagrams and stuff like that for my articles. The way I used to do that was with this graphics tablet by Wacom. So I'd plug in the computer, draw here. It has pressure sensitivity and everything. It's a relatively cheap option, but it just takes a lot to take it out, plug it in, do my drawing, and then tuck it back in. Now with the reMarkable, it's much easier to do that. You can just go ahead and jot down your notes. Let's say when I'm writing an article, I'm taking notes on my reMarkable, and then I'll just type in my formula and maybe draw a little chart, a diagram, something like that. But because it converts everything straight to vectors, and there's absolutely no smoothing. So after that, if you want to use it as a graphic, it looks a bit of jadey, a bit of I don't know, like your hand was trembling quite a lot. I don't know if they're planning any such function, but I tried it with the pencil, I tried it with the ballpoint pen, and I think with the ballpoint pen here, it looks much better. I just wanted to share my approach on how to take a graphic that I doodled on the reMarkable and with a little bit of Illustrator and then coloring it in Photoshop, convert it into a nice smooth graphic that I can use for my articles. And by the way, guys, if you enjoy those videos, a sub will be tremendously appreciated. Okay, so I need a chart showing sales in different categories in one of my articles. So I'm just gonna open my reMarkable and jot down my chart. And the reason I prefer to do that instead of just go into Excel and prepare the chart and then just export it as an image is that for me it makes the article look a bit more friendly, a bit more interesting, a bit more funny, and it's much easier for me at least to read articles that that present data in such a more open, more friendly matter. So let me just speed that up here a bit. So I have my chart, and I'm gonna put in some details, and that's pretty much it. Then I'm gonna sync it, open it, and export it as SVG. For some reason, when I drop it in Photoshop, it cuts it off. So I have to go over to Illustrator, drop it in here, and then I can just select the outline and paste it in Photoshop. And because it's a vector, you can resize it as much as you want, and it would also always look perfect. The problem is that it's a bit jadey on the edges because of this really great vector capture on the reMarkable. So what I found is if you go to Object Path Simplify, you can just go ahead and drop down the number of points that are used to generate the shape. And this makes it look much smoother and much easier on the eyes. So just gonna paste it over to Photoshop, and let me just make it the same size so you can see the difference. And here it is. That's the after, what we just did, and here's how it looked before. And you see that it looks much smoother. I can also go ahead and really fast and really easy use the lasso tool and the bucket tool just to color it up a bit. I like doing it that way because this keeps the shape of the coloring simple, and sometimes it doesn't fully align, which is the look that I prefer. And that's it, really fast and easy preparing a nice looking chart for my articles. Here's a drawing of one of the creatures that I used to do for one of my projects, and his name is Pavel. I drew it using the pencil tool on the reMarkable, and just want to go ahead and give it a really simple gray coloring. So I'm gonna open it in the reMarkable on the desktop, and you can see it looks kind of jaded here as well. So let's export it as an SVG. and bring it over to Photoshop, and I get the same issue every time I try to do that. So I'm gonna switch over to Adobe Illustrator, and let's drop it here where we can position it and resize it. And you can see that it's just too detailed, so I'm gonna drop down the number of points, and I'm gonna drop them down quite a lot, going to Object Path Simplify, and I'm gonna go as far as I can go without seeing some really horrible distortions. So copy that over to Photoshop, and you can see that it looks much better now. And for this particular piece, what I wanted to do is give it just a really simple, a bit misaligned background. So just gonna go and use the lasso tool and the fill tool, add some gray, and that's it. You can see that it looks much smoother and much better. I can also do the same thing for formula, and I always have a lot of formula in pretty much everything that I write. So here's a simple cache ratio formula, and I'm gonna follow the same approach. Just export it as SVG, and then edit the number of points, because if I just go ahead and paste it in Photoshop, let me just remove the one that couldn't import, and you can see that again it's just too detailed and looks too much I don't know, it doesn't look smooth enough, at least for my preferences. So I'm gonna go to Object Path Simplify once again, and just gonna drop the number of points up to the point where it looks good and a bit smoother. Okay, let's just position it. And something else that I like to do with the formulas is just give it a bit of a more, I don't know, a bit of a funnier look. Just make a portion like a different color. And that's it. Okay, that was my quick and easy fix to get a doodle straight out of your reMarkable and really easy convert it into a more pleasant and smoother graphic that you can use in your content. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and maybe even punch the bell icon to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Till then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. A sub will be appreciated, and maybe also a thumbs up, and with some